Okay, I'm back to the euro dollar here on a new demo account. This is an interesting broker I found just kind of digging around the internet, and they're claiming their name is CMAP, but of course CMAP is the MT4 folder, and when you open up you're on OZHS. Certainly they're into 4 letters in caps. So I'm running this account and trying not to blow this one up like the other one. Of course, I bought into the pullback at the market with my scalping strategy, and another example of market orders. Totally the only way to blow up an account is to trade market orders. So I proved that explicitly, that just trying to scalp a few pips is just if you're trading too big, you run out of money. This was the classic come back and take out these blokes, right, that have their stops. Well, the guy has a stop here, he hasn't been taken up, but this guy, yikes. You know, certainly the guy that had the stop here, and so this is a 20 pip window, and then the 100 pips are in the big black. So it's like a grid overlay. So you just tell real easily how much I'm risking. So if we ever come down here, I want to buy, and I'm going to put these monster orders in here on this demo. We were filling really fast before, but all of a sudden this broker just slowed down. I was all excited about the lightning fast speed now this time of night. See, now they slowed me down. That was coming in. Plus, this broker's disconnected for no apparent reason. So we don't even know what's going to happen on this demo. But see this big gap open. There's no data here for like whole times missing. But definitely bullish on this. So I'm buying at the market. I'm going to come in at the market here. That looks like that was it. We just ricocheted off that. So everybody gets a little bit of love here, and yeah, I got the scalp running at the market. See, they're not filling me now. Anyways, I was all excited about this new demo, but all of a sudden it's in creeper gear. But yeah, you should have seen the fills before on this, right? That would just, maybe I'm the wrong server. No, they're claiming this connection speed. Isn't that funny? God, I had this thing smoking fast. It was just, of course, maybe the market's just not enough people trading, right? Maybe it's based on how many ticks are coming in. So now the market just heated up. Well, let me try this one. Yeah, I guess it depends how fast the market's trading, if it's really going nuts. So we got something here at the bottom of the hour. You know, that's typically what happens. So here's my kind of conservative entry. There, that's a little bit better, right? There's not enough people trading. But here's my favorite kind of deep grid trade here. And so far I'm up $3,500. Barely using any margin here, but really looking for this possible run back to home plate. And home plate being the trajectory off this top here. So we got that wonderful roll reversal right at this thing here. Right there. Coming off the bottoms. Gonna connect all these peaks and valleys here. Alright. You can see it take off of that. So this would be our, but I think they're off to the races, and we just cleared the trees here. Cleared this. So we broke out. We could have bought that momentary pullback in. So there was a chance to get on the long train there. Kind of had to be a quick straw McGraw, or you had a buy limit on this top, right? And that's just your lug head entry. You just have it sitting there. You have a buy limit here too. I guess you didn't get filled, but definitely got filled. This top became that double bottom, and then, you know, oingo boingo. So off to the races. This is just technically easier to trade than all those other currency pairs. That's all, you know. It's just like coming home to steak and potatoes every night. With your pregnant wife making you something to eat. Okay, this is, I'm always scalping, I suppose. I feel like getting out already. That's the problem. The scalper's like a meth head, and a daily trader is like looking at the big picture here. But we had this trend line break today, and that was the big problem was when we broke it there. And on the 4 hour, it's a little bit sharper. Views more like this. That's where we're at right now. Is sellers came in. Here's the 4 hour obstacle. We got to get back to that for the sell. So the sellers came in there earlier. They also came in at this bottom, baby bottom. And there's right up in here is the body of that thing. So Eurodollar is just easy because you don't have to, okay, I'm going to buy if it retests here. So I'm going to load this thing up pretty hard. I'm barely in it, using $650 a margin. I don't even think I'm in, so this is what I'm actually tracking right now. I guess they're not letting me trade, oh, I guess I imported this from another platform that trades 10. So this actually isn't what I used to blow up the other account. Oh, I wondered why it was trading different. Okay, this is not that aggressive, right? This is, so yeah, just like Chuck Yeager, you know, if you're going to take an account and make 300%, you could probably lose 200%, still be up 100% maybe, right? Something like that's going to happen to you if you're running those kind of like Chuck Yeager stuff. But that's what scalpers are doing typically, right? They're just, of course, the entry here was genius, right? So if you got in here, I guess you're holding, right? You're holding through, but the 4 hour doesn't look like the best setup in the world, right? You kind of want that to come back to start again. But look at this overshoot the runway retrace today. So after they stopped out all these poor people that had to tell their wife, you know what, we're not going out to eat tonight because I just lost 30 pips in Forex. Well, 40 pips there almost. Yeah, I put my stop down here, and you know, had I bought there, wow, look at all these pips. So that's the cruelty of it all, and that's your that's what they tell you though. I spent a lot of money for somebody to tell me to put my protection down here, and so here's the current channel to the bilge, right? This is the big turnaround we couldn't hold there, but that was the optimal entry for the limit orders. And the current thing is we got to get over this hump here. We got to reestablish that, but you know, currently it's down, but the big picture is, wow, if it comes back to on the 1 hour to this double top, wow, I'm gonna buy a lot. So I'm looking for the where this thing comes together. The story's gonna revisit the story. This soft spot here is a big deal, so I definitely have a buy limit here, right? From here all the way down to there. In other words, if it sweeps down in here, pick up all that, build into the position like here, Every 20 pips that drops, you're buying, right? Even your first buy here became almost break even by here, right? But you gotta kind of trade like a slob a little bit. I don't feel like chasing it here, but if I went to the 5 minute, I guess you could, think about putting a buy limit here, right? But that was, or here, even better, this top of this little notch here. So if we come flying back, I want to get in there for sure. Oh, now it's fast. Look, so here. So now I can show off the speed of this broker. Like, look at this. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, apparently something. Okay, so we're coming to the bottom of the hour, and this is when you typically get this insane move. Look at this move today. There was no chance to get on the long train. This was your chance right here. Breakout, slightly pull back, off. 5 minute chart, off the rails. So right now I'm looking for it to pull back to here. Possibly. Slightly long, but this is the big pivot. So I'm going to get in super tight here. Okay. Now look at that. Now that's what I'm talking about. Dab nabbit Luke. There you go. Look how fast. Look how just, yeah, they were offline, but when they're online, look at these guys. They're out of their mind, right? Yeah, that's just too much fun. Look how fast this broker is. My God, the fastest broker award. I'm sorry, hands down. These guys win. All right. Okay. Don't get too excited, right? Okay, I'm gonna buy in pullbacks, $0. Big stop out on these poor fellers. Came right down into that. We just punished them. And buying at the market if they force me to. And buying on limits. Super deep back into this right there. All right, let's see what happens. This is my conservative trading account, and this one. See, now this is different. I don't know if you ever. But look at this. This is like a scalp, right? This is like nothing. And then here, I know exactly what these orders are in here. Now these are not progressive orders. So this is. If I blow up this account, it would be amazing because this is literally all linear. There's no progressive entry here, so it's pure. In other words, if you're going to trade progressive like I was on that, so I took that account from about 50,000 to 142,000. Then last night when I traded at the market, just kept hitting the buy button to see what would happen. I was able to in 4 hours get to about 50,000, then 100,000. Then they just blew it up. The broker's so slow at filling, not like this one. This is just mind-blowing speed here, and so it would be impossible, near impossible. Like these orders right here, you could not. The broker would never do that. So I don't even know how long these last. They should last longer though down in here. Because if we come back there, I definitely want to get on the euro, right? It's definitely a no-brainer trade. So 10 minutes to the bottom of the hour. I'm going to come back at the bottom of the hour and see. I'm in $1,000 of margin now, and I'm up $3,000 on the day. And I just blew up the other account about 12 hours ago. So I like to get right back on the horse. And but that's pure proof that trading at the market is bad for your financial health. And this one, I'm gonna slightly buy at the market, and then next, of course, here's the 1 minute chart. I can't really justify it. I'm already in, right? I'm gonna buy it on these real accounts here. Okay, and certainly there's a difference between real money and fake money. But with the fake money, if you're trying to treat it like real money, you definitely can play the game, right? It's like being an actor. Yeah, this is really tight. This is written for another broker, and this really gets in. Of course, these only last for a half hour, as I remember. So it looks really like I'm overloading that, but these last for maybe an hour, right? That strategy. So I'm up, or I'm into 1200. I'm going to come back at the bottom of the hour on this thing, see where I'm at. That's the 1 minute chart. Let's go to 5 minute, and we got a 15-minute triangle forming right now. So this is a painfully obvious setup. If you miss this, you just shouldn't even be trading, right? You can't see that nice triple bottom on the 15-minute wave. So we're just going to load up and come back to that. Okay, we're sitting in support at the top of the hour here on the 15-minute chart. We're sitting right at a triple bottom. So I'm going to buy some more of this guy. I got my first triple bottom. If we can hold in that. Otherwise we're going to spill out. Retest that trend line down there. So that's my 15-minute little projections there. Right, this is a channel. I just made a channel up there. So yeah, looking for this to play out. It's going to take some time, I suppose. So I think it's been an hour, a half hour. I'm going to come back, see where we're at on this demo. I got in pretty heavy here for the what I perceive to be a buying opportunity. Of course, we could still come back to here. So I'm not in that heavy, but I get in heavy down here, back at that rollover point. Well, it's been a pretty boring bounce off of that entry there, but so it was good for a few pips. And now I'm just going to go to sleep. It's just too boring. So I'll take a nap here. The entry was here off of this. Almost, right? Almost. And now I'm going to buy the retest of that. So if we come back one more time into this fair value point in the middle of the 15, I'm going to get in there for a rendezvous to the north side, coming into the European Open there. So that's my my Euro story. Is this is the big entry here, possibly when London opens. Gonna get in down here in these juicy numbers, and this is the trend line to break now. Got a wedge on the 15. Still flirting with this support level here, so this is the ripe window to get in here. And yeah, that's what I'm aiming at. Another retest entry. Good for this thing to melt down. And I'm going to get in real aggressive here. So I just got filled on slightly some of this order right there. Alright. So ideally this is the fill. Like this. That's what that looks like. So this is very aggressive. This is what I was trading at this other broker. There's a style here. Pure limits. Haven't bought at the market yet. So there I got filled on $400 worth of margin. Just getting into limits there. Possible pull back to here again. It's coming into this wedge, and attempting to buy at the market, but I put the orders in so tight that these really are like market orders down here. think we could plunge one more time back into that. Okay. Always coming back, and no sense in overpaying for these entries. You really want the market to come to you. That is definitely the way to go. And if they don't get there on time, if it takes too long to get there, then these orders just disappear, and you're not exposed to any of this nonsense. Alright, well, it's like taking forever as usual this time of night. But this is a high probability pattern forming on the 15. The good old triangle. Definitely looking to get in before the break. And I'm not doing any selling. I guess the sell would have been up here. All the sellers jumped on the 15-minute sell train right here at this bottom. Almost ricocheted off that. Okay, now it's time to put some more of these in, and hopefully it's going to catch a falling knife here in this little window as the market comes back in to the fair value zone. Okay, hopefully that fills. Same thing here with these guys. Okay, we might get a nice hard fill now. Okay, here comes cascading down in. So now I'm in $2,000 in margin all of a sudden. And I'm really going to load up hard here. So, come back to fair value. No market orders. Pure limit. I want to get that double bottom. Okay, so there you're $2,800 of margin without buying at the market. This looks like a great. This is about 20 pips deep here, and this covers the. If we get a big smash down here, that looks like the entry, and that could be the final pullback before we go after this line. Of course, a 15-minute chart's going to give you the lowest risk entry. And here was the big turnaround point. Could still come back into that. Okay, well that's the new demo, and I got to make these orders last longer. Like that should last a long time, that order, because that's about 80 pips deep. All right, but that's a really wonderful entry there. I think these do last a long time down here. That should last 4 hours. Okay, it's all loaded up and ready to rock, and I'm already in on the 2,800 no market orders. That was a bounce off of this for about a 10 or 20 pip scalp. I guess if you got in here, you made almost 20 pips. And then you just have to sit back and wait for the here's the 1 hour in the rearview mirror, and here's the 4 hour and the daily, of course. Could still go down and retest that wick, but in about 3 hours here we'll start coming into the next session. Alright, that's my situation and this new demo. This super fast broker, just lightning fast, but all these orders are linear in here. This isn't like what I was running before, which is pretty progressive, pretty nasty. That's how I was able to annihilate the account by buying at the market on a progressive order. So since these are all pendings, this is a little bit safe for entry, I think, because at least the market's coming down in, you're getting the best price. And so tomorrow's middle of the week, so I'll come back to this thing in the morning. But that's my big pending order banks here too. Looking to buy, retest. Same thing here. It's all about the retest, I guess. You know, retest is best. Uh-oh, just lost a broker there. All right.